Hello, raw vegan heroes. Hi guys, welcome. Welcome to our live stream for Friday, August 21st. So glad you guys are coming to this live stream. I'm so happy to be here. What an amazing day. You know, what's interesting is that I'm here in Northern California and there's wildfires right now. And just this morning I was preparing to come on live and I got an email notification saying that there's evacuation warning for my area. So I went online and looked a little bit. So right up the street is mandatory evacuations for us, and we're still in just evacuation warning zone here. But that's how it works. That's how life is. Hi, Kuhn, Andrea. Who else is on? Who else? We got Sitska, Asun. Welcome, guys. So happy to have you on. So yeah, in the midst of preparing for the live stream, getting evacuation warnings. But you know what? It's totally how life is. I don't let it faze me. I've been through enough ups and downs in life to just say, you know what? We just got to show up. We just got to show up. I'm showing up for the raw vegan heroes today. That's what it's all about. Showing up for the raw vegan heroes. And so happy to be here. We have so much exciting things to talk about. Talking about how to be a raw vegan. Talking about the importance of why raw food matters on our pursuit of health and, you know, spirituality and virtuous living. And so we have great questions this week. Great questions. Kelsey Carter is on. Hello, Casey, April, Lori. Yeah, so, all right. I have a couple topics to start off this week. Eating raw food is not really what makes us a raw vegan, right? I mean, you guys can agree, just eating raw food doesn't make us a raw vegan because it's a fundamental change in our belief system and behavior that is more likely to make us a raw vegan, right? Because willpower can get us only so far. We could use willpower to be a raw vegan for a month, maybe 4 months, maybe even 6 months, but eventually willpower is going to run out. And then what are we left with? We're left with our fundamental belief systems, which is going to bring us right back to where we were. But reprogramming the subconscious mind will take us for a lifetime. So really then we could say becoming a raw vegan successfully is really about reprogramming our subconscious beliefs, reprogramming our behavioral patterns, which are a reflection of our subconscious beliefs, right? Well, boy, how do we do that? Hi, Jalen. Welcome. So this week's theme is conscious versus subconscious mind. Okay, so that's the theme for this week. We're going to talk some about it, and we'll see how that ties into people's questions this week, and we'll see how it ties into all of the reality of being a raw vegan, the conscious versus the subconscious mind. So let me talk just a little bit more about this. Okay, so our current results in life are the expression of the paradigm, not the intellect, right? The intellect says, the conscious mind, where the intellect is, says, well, I know I should be eating raw food. I know I should be healthier. I know I should just stick to healthy food because I know it's better for me. But why don't we do it? Why don't we do that? Because the subconscious mind is programmed to act in a certain way based on these fundamental belief systems, right? So the subconscious paradigm is what controls our behavior and ultimately controls whether we're a raw vegan or not. Leslie, hi Leslie, welcome. So we have to look at the results, okay? And then we ask, what is causing the results? I always do this with my private clients. We always have to reverse engineer what's going on. And I always talk about the results. We have to look at the results we're getting in life because the results don't lie. The results are really the subconscious paradigm in action, being expressed, there for all to see. We can't hide from it. Health speaks for itself. Success speaks for itself. It's evident. It's there. It's not something we try to do. It's something that's either there or not. And the results we have in life are the result of that paradigm. So we have to trace back our behavioral patterns. Why are we behaving that way? Okay. And then we ultimately come to our subconscious programming, which we can change. We can change our subconscious programming. So let's talk about that just a little bit, okay? As part of my intro topics for you guys, because I love talking about this stuff. This is all stuff, just so you know, that I make up at the beginning. I sit down maybe a couple hours before the live stream and I just go and type this stuff out to talk to you guys about it. So let's see. Okay, the spiritual benefits of raw food. Let's just take that for instance. I know a lot of people are interested in the idea of spiritual benefits of raw food. Some people might think, oh, that's a bunch of hogwash. What a crock of crap. That's not real. There's no spiritual benefits to food. You know, I hear that a lot, you know. And of course, while food does not make us spiritual, I also believe that life is not random, okay? We are led to certain paths in life for a reason. So health problems could possibly be a way that the subconscious mind is working us back into alignment or getting us on our path, right? So the subconscious mind can manifest pain and trauma and life experiences in order to heal. If we have subconscious pain, trauma, and emotional baggage that we're holding onto our whole life, the subconscious mind will continually try to heal that. How does it do that? By bringing up the same opportunity to heal it over and over. So nagging health problems, never being quite empowered in our life, struggling with money, struggling with health, all are really the subconscious mind trying to get us on purpose. So we take it the wrong way. This is the ridiculous part. We take it the wrong way, and we think that this is happening to us, and that we are being afflicted by the world. Oh my God, look at all these bad things that are happening to me. When in reality, it's us, it's our subconscious mind wanting to heal, wanting to get us on purpose and, you know, on our path to empowerment in life. So we really do have to look at it like that. You know, life is conspiring. The subconscious mind is conspiring on our behalf. It's part of us. It wants us to thrive. So every hardship we endure, every health problem and struggle and setback and all that, it's really just part of us growing. And if we're not growing, we're dying. You know, we need to be growing. So connection is intelligence. Raw food gives us connection. The pursuit of virtuous living is empowering, and discovering universal laws along the way, experimenting with the nature of reality, is empowering. And raw food is all of those things. So regardless of why we're coming to the raw vegan diet, or regardless of why we're here on this live stream, watching this live stream, whether you're here live with me right now, or whether you're watching this video in the future sometime, maybe a new member has come to Raw Vegan Heroes and you're watching this video, you're here because you're wanting that empowerment. On some level, your spiritual being has led you here, whether you believe in it or not. That's what I believe. So, Dow is on. Hi, Dow. Hi, April. I don't know if I said hi to April. Hi. So those are my intro topics for the week. I just wanted to start with that, the conscious versus the subconscious mind, right? It's important stuff to talk about. I think it really is the seat of what we're all really up against, and we can struggle with food cravings or bloating or gas or digestion problems or skin problems or chronic health issues for years at a time, and we can continually struggle and continually struggle. But ultimately, that struggle is leading us to a higher place of empowerment. It certainly has for me. Every struggle I've had along my way as a raw vegan, getting healthy, has been a growth opportunity, a learning opportunity about this stuff that I'm talking about the subconscious mind. And you know what else is cool? My growth as an entrepreneur, me and my wife and the businesses we run and making money and supporting our family and being successful financially has also coincidentally been about reprogramming the subconscious mind. And all the success, creating any success in life comes down to reprogramming the subconscious mind. I got water and then I left it somewhere. I don't have my water with me. Oh well. All right, I'm going to do this with no water. I'm going to talk within water. All right, let's go to the amazing questions for the members this week. Let's jump in. Let's jump into helping people with where they're at. Now realize, everybody, that these questions represent a cross-section of people who are here right now doing this. These live streams are pure gold because this is a cross-section of what people are doing, where people are at, what people are experiencing. If we want to learn about a raw food diet, this is invaluable because this is the nitty-gritty of where people are at. I mean, literally, if we could compile just these questions and like share them with the world, we could really help a lot of people. These questions are really helpful for people, not because it's one person's question, but because this represents the journey of becoming a raw vegan. Hi, Candace. Hi, happy Friday. Welcome, Candace. Hi, Sandra. People coming on. What a wonderful Friday it is. Blessings to all of you out in the world, wherever you are. Let's jump into these questions. Suzanne Glazebrook leads our questions this week. Suzanne has started a juice fast. She's been working up to this for quite some time. Suzanne asks, can I do vegetable juices on the juice cleanse instead of fruit? Maybe take out one fruit one day for veg. I'm struggling with the sweetness. So Suzanne is doing her very first juice fast for the very first time in her life, and she's experiencing what it's like to juice fast. So, of course, Suzanne, you can have vegetable juices. It's really not about having all vegetable or all fruit. It's about having a mixture of both. Make a green juice, then make a fruit juice. Really, what I find is that the green juices are highly phytochemical active. I don't have my water with me, And the fruit juices are great for calories, right? So we can drink the green juices to help dissolve mucus and biofilms and plaques and work synergistically with our body using the herbs to regenerate cells and organs like our kidneys, which we all have weak kidneys. But then we can use the fruit juices for sustenance, energy, calories. You know? So we don't want to just focus on green juice, and we don't want to focus on just fruit juice. We want to use both for different purposes. I mean, that's kind of the nitty-gritty. The other way we can think about it is, yeah, just make green juice and just make fruit juices. Just make juices that you enjoy. But look, if we really want to get really good results and get the mucoid plaque out, I've helped hundreds of people through this process at this point. I've seen the results people get when they do 60 days on watermelon juice and 60 days incorporating the green juices. I see the results. I see the difference. Okay, so I'm going to say that it's much more effective to incorporate the lemon ginger blast recipe, specifically high amounts of herbs in the green juice, than it is to just stick with fruit juices. And Suzanne, most people love to just have fruit juices and don't like green juices. So you're the opposite. You want to have green juices. This is good. Lori says, yes, Shane, write a book. Oh, man, I know. Well, at this point, I have so much information compiled in these live streams, Lori, that I could literally just go through the back catalog of member questions and transcribe this into a book. So I'm building a vast catalog of valuable information as we do these live streams. It's pretty incredible, and we're all part of it right here. You know, Lori and all of you on and all of the members of Raw Vegan Heroes, we are building this together just by being in this conversation together. Isn't that so cool? Suzanne, you're on. Hi. Oh my God, I would buy the book. Yes, a juice fasting book. I really should. Well, it might be in my future, people. People ask me to write books all the time. So Suzanne, I hope that's helpful. Also, Suzanne, let me just finish by saying what you think of as too sweet might be just, you need to adjust. You know, you need time to adjust to the juices because look, if we eat a piece of bread, for instance, it doesn't taste sweet, right? But it spikes our insulin. So it puts blood sugar into our body. It spikes our blood sugar. But if we eat fruit, or if we're even having fruit juices on a juice fast, it doesn't spike our blood sugar because there's no fats to interfere. The juices don't require insulin. So it's not putting sugar into our blood. So the bread actually creates high blood sugar. The fruit does not create high blood sugar. So the fruit tastes sweet on our tongue, but the bread does not. This means that our body is easily fooled, okay? So whole fruits, raw fruits and vegetables are the ideal carbohydrate for the body, not breads, not starches. Raw, simple sugars high in water, those are the preferred fuel source of the body. So it might be beneficial, Suzanne, to allow your body to adjust to the fruits, because fruit will heal you. Fruit will set you free. Fruit will truly, take you out of this paradigm and reprogram your subconscious mind. I'm telling you, fruit does reprogram the subconscious mind. Absolutely. It has for me. It takes us out of the paradigm of thinking that we need a certain food to thrive or be healthy. It's absolutely incredible and miraculous. So I believe fruit is the great healer. Fruit is the great paradigm shifter, awakening tool that we can use. It's pretty incredible. Reggie has the next question, which is a cool question. Reggie asks, how can we embody self-empowerment and personal power more? How about that? What an incredible question, Reggie. I actually prepared some notes for that question because it's a good one and I wanted to be thorough. So let's see. How can we embody self-empowerment and personal power more? Here's my notes I made, Reggie, on this topic. Self-empowerment is being completely self-referencing, not being swayed by the opinions of others or the state of others or the emotional responses of others. So who does that? We look at the world where we're reacting to coronavirus, we're reacting to disasters, we're reacting to this and that and the other thing. But who is actually just standing in their own power, being completely self-referencing, shutting out the noise, shutting out the chaos of our surroundings and just going inward for our truth, our guidance, our wisdom. That is self-empowerment. Also, changing the subconscious belief system that everything is working on our behalf. Because when we change the subconscious belief system that everything is working on our behalf, we actually resonate at an energy that is attracting more of what we want. So you'd say somebody who can manifest their dreams instantly would be an empowered person. Well, that comes from being the energetic match for what we want to experience in life, right? So how do we become the energetic match? Well, we do it by changing the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind is where we are resonating. And if we are saying, well, I am happy, no, I'm happy, but deep down we're fearful. No, I'm fearful. The subconscious mind is constantly in reaction to fear and anxiety and self-doubt, but the conscious mind is saying, no, I'm happy. We're going to get the results of the fear. We're going to get the results of the subconscious programming, the subconscious paradigm. So empowerment is learning how to reprogram the subconscious mind. Self-empowerment is trusting that we are safe on a really fundamental level. I can have, things can come and go, life can get messy, take things away from me. I can build empires and lose empires. But ultimately, I am safe, eternally safe. My soul came here for an experience. My soul is eternally safe. Trusting that we are eternally safe is true empowerment on such a fundamental subconscious level that it can change everything. It can really set us into our leadership roles in life to trust that we are safe because we're not going to be reacting. Self-empowerment is feeling our importance and self-worth, because if we really knew how important we were, how valuable we were, we would really literally get out of our own way and start making a really massive difference for others. We would all be like, pioneers. We would all be pioneering areas of our interest and of our expertise, because deep down we all have expertise in us. Jalen says, great questions and loving these answers. This is the path of self-empowerment. Yeah, Jalen. April, where's Sasha with the water? I need water. I know I could ask Sasha to bring me water. I could text her. Let me do that. I'm going to actually do that. Let's see. I'm going into my phone. Let me find my wife. Bring me water. Thank you, April, for that reminder. She always texts me when she's on video calls. She always texts me saying, bring me water, bring me water. So that's fair game. So thanks for that reminder, April. So yeah, feeling that importance and self-worth so we can get out of our own darn way and make a difference. Now that's self-empowerment. I love talking about this, Reggie. Thanks for such a great question. Kelsey says, I'm looking forward to feeling safe on a fundamental level. Yeah, aren't we all? Kelsey, that is the key to life. I'm telling you, like if you could wipe the slate clean and start fresh, if you could just reprogram the subconscious mind, the first program you want to put into the subconscious is that I am safe. I am safe on a fundamental level. It changes everything. Because when you can truly feel that in your life, you feel fearless to go out and try and fail. That's what it gives you. It gives you the permission to fail. Feeling safe gives you the permission to fail. And when you're willing to fail, you're going to succeed. It's people who are afraid of failing that never tried and never succeed, right? Okay, so personal power, though, is different. And Reggie, I wanted to differentiate this question because personal power is different. What is personal power? I believe personal power is virtuous living. Virtuous living is very empowering. Realizing that there is a right and a wrong, realizing that there is objective truth, that there is morality, that there is ethics, that there is truth, that there is spiritual growth and evolution and awakening and ascension. That is personal power. And it puts that responsibility right in the seat, right here. Personal power is searching for higher consciousness and experimenting with the nature of reality. Personal power is holding our energy high regardless of our circumstances, right? I have a note right here. Keep love rays high. Keep love rays high. I always tell myself these things. Hold the vision, not the circumstance, right? So being able to be self-referencing, holding our energetic frequency regardless of the circumstance, that is hard to do. Because when there's life going on around us, oh good, water, here's water. Arya, do you want to come say hi? Somebody asked, let's see the cameo. Let's see the cameo.
Come on, Arya.
Let's see the cameo. Come on, fam. Come on, fam.
Hey.
There's Sasha. Come on, Arya. Arya's shy.
Oh.
But my 9-year-old daughter brought me water.
Let's say hi really quick and then we'll leave them be to there. Oh, okay. She's shy.
There she is, the cameo, the fam. So there we go, little fam cameo. Candace. All right, so I love that question. I hope that's helpful. I think that is a really fun question to answer. I enjoyed that. I love talking about that. I think it's the key to everything. And Reggie, I think you know it's the key to everything also, because it's important stuff. This is important stuff. We're not raw vegans. Like I opened up, what did I say when we opened up this call? We are not raw vegans because we eat raw food. Nope. Sorry. We are raw vegans because we change the fundamental belief systems that changes our behavioral patterns. That's what makes us raw vegan. Every successful raw vegan is going to exude that and be an example of that. It's one reason why I don't focus on like recipe videos for my YouTube channel. Like I know that recipe videos are so loved. People need them. Of course they do. Like Fully Raw Christina and Lissa with Raw Food Romance. You know, I just respect them so much for doing recipes. But I'm a guy. I think maybe it's better for me to talk about the empowerment and the fundamental belief systems and the subconscious mind. I think that I think there's a big gaping hole in the raw vegan conversation online around that. Okay, nobody else is really talking into it to that degree. Some are, you know, to a little degree, but I think it's my responsibility. I've taken it on as my niche to really talk about that, the subconscious programming that we all need to live into more, right? Okay, so Kelsey Carter's question is next. Let's ask Kelsey's question. So, you know how during a fast you are teaching yourself to overcome your cravings and addictions. Sometimes it can be confusing how to hear yourself because your body is going crazy. How do you hear yourself for when you want to stop fasting? I feel semi-competitive and curious to go longer, semi-ready to start feeling more grounded, and semi-sad for this mystical experience to mystical experience to be over. I am dead tired of juicing. I'm not sure if any of these are addictions. It's a great question, Kelsey. When we are in a detoxification process, we really are going through, let's say, turbulence. So our internal guidance system might be thrown off. We might never have had a connection with our internal guidance system in the first place. And then we start a juice fast and we think we're supposed to listen to our body. Or we come from a junk food diet and being influenced by the world out there and being highly susceptible to everyone else's energy and influence. And then all of a sudden we're supposed to listen to our own body and think that we're actually making any sense of our own internal guidance system. Self-referencing is how we get to self-empowerment. Self-referencing is the first step in reprogramming the subconscious mind to where we can even listen to our intuition in the first place. How are we going to listen to our intuition to tell us when the juice fast is over if we're always just reacting to our life? So really the first step is to stop reacting and to consciously create our experience and our life through the conscious and the subconscious mind and understanding the difference. So when you're in the minutia, though, of a juice fast, how do we know the difference? How do we know when our body is telling us to stop? It's sad, okay? It's both. The juice fast is a harrowing experience, and it's mystical, and it's sad to stop the juice fast, and it's scary to stop the juice fast because we're going to have to go back to an even scarier paradigm, which is our old way of eating, being left to all the food in the pantry and in the fast food joints and the grocery stores, and we're going to have to really pursue our own spiritual growth and development and really reprogram our subconscious mind to even stay raw vegan. The juice fast is the easy part, Kelsey, and everybody. The juice fast is the easy part. So, I would say it's all just part of the experimentation process. Put on your warrior's cap and say, look, I'm a pioneer. I'm climbing to the top of that mountain. I don't know what this path looks like. I don't know how hard I'm going to sweat. I don't know what, impasses I'm going to come across, but I'm dedicated to climbing to the summit of this mountain of this juice fast, and it's going to just be what it is. And I would say we stop when we've cleaned out our GI tract, really. I mean, it's kind of just physical on that one. When we've cleaned out our GI tract, then we can move on. Move on to the harder part of the work, which is really reprogramming the subconscious mind and being empowered. Like I said, changing the belief systems, trusting that we're safe and feeling the importance of our self-worth, that we are here for a reason, Hope that's helpful, Kelsey, and everyone. Great question. I just love that. All right, Athsun has a question. Athsun, hi, Shane. I'm on a juice fast, and I just wondered, can I juice anything other than the lemon ginger blast? Because I like my hearty vegetable juice in the evening with tomato, hot pepper, zucchini, garlic, and mixed greens. Salad juice. It's great for filling soup. That's wonderful, Athsun. I think that's a great, Athsun's name is Natalie. I guess I'm going to call you Athsun, though, because that's your Facebook name, Natalie. Hope that's okay. And she says, and how does fat leave your body? So, of course, it's awesome to make whatever juice you want for dinner. The most important juice of the day is your dinner juice to overcome that feeling of like, well, I'm used to having food for dinner. Make a juice for dinner that makes you feel satisfied, whatever that is. That could be multiple juices. That could be 4 quarts of vegetable juice. Whatever it is that makes you feel like you're full and satisfied, and you can go to bed. Call your day done. That's important. For me, what it was. Okay, Kelsey asked, do you consider the mucoid plaque coming out cleaning the GI tract? Yes, indeed. That is good. You are good to go. If you get mucoid plaque out, yes, I would say you've done the job. You are done. You can go back to solid food. That is a very good indicator, a very clear indicator. Make the juice that you want. Ask Sun, that makes you feel good in the evening. How does fat leave the body? Well, fats accumulate in the bloodstream right when we're eating high fat, so lipids in the blood. So if we're not eating the fats, it won't be in the bloodstream. And if you're talking about body fat, how does fat leave your body? When we burn fat, we breathe it out, believe it or not. The breaking down of the chemical compound of the fat molecules releases gases, H2O and like other chemical compounds, I can't remember, but we just breathe it out. We literally just breathe out body fat when we lose weight. It's pretty fascinating how the body works. Unbelievable. All right, Reggie has another question. Also, holiday raw eating. Holiday raw eating. I'm going to a holiday or retreat-like thing, and the question comes to mind, what do I bring for 4 days? If I have no freezer, there just maybe is a freezer box, and I will not really have a chance to go shopping there. I'm eating low-fat to no-fat. I was thinking little melons, which are finished in one meal. They don't go bad, and maybe fruits that stay good, like oranges, apples, pears, stuff like that. But how so for 4 days? I hope I can talk with the host to bring me fruit for the last days. Yeah, Reggie, great question. When we're traveling or we're going on holiday or we have circumstances like this where we really are out of our normal zone, how do we make this work? Well, as a raw vegan of 3 years now, I travel quite a lot. I find myself traveling. I used to travel for work quite a lot until the pandemic, and now everything's home-based. But I find that it's just, you have to bring with you what you can. So I've talked about this before. Well, I'll bring sprouts. I'll bring lentils, dry lentils, because I can sprout them. And if you can bring something that's a dry good and turn it into a living food, like sprouted lentils, man, that's great. I also bring a raw vegan protein powder with me that I can easily shake up into a drink. That's just kind of an easy one. And at least, even though it's not fruit, it's still low fat and it's going to provide, sustenance, protein, calories, and it's dry goods, right? So there's those two things. Those are like dry goods that I bring. Otherwise, I will bring some dried fruit with me. And like you said, bring oranges, apples, pears, bananas. Yep. Those things will keep for 4 days easy. I mean, they keep on my counter for 4 days pretty easy. So, and then the last thing, Reggie, is that we can just ask our accommodating, our hosts or the hotel we're at or our environment, we can be resourceful. It's amazing when we're resourceful what we can figure out. And I guarantee you we can stay raw. We don't have to resort to cooked food. We might have to compromise in some way, like dry goods or something, like dried fruit instead of raw. But we don't. We're never going to have to eat cooked food. I've never experienced it once in all my time as a raw vegan that I've had to eat cooked food to get through the day. Never experienced it. I just really have not. And I've been in some hairy situations. Kuhn has the next question. Hi, Kuhn. Kuhn says, apple, beet, carrot, ginger juice was my dinner juice. Yeah, that's a good one, right? High in calories. Ginger is really stimulating to the blood. Apple, beet, carrot all have a lot of, the beet has the blood builders and the apple and carrot have a lot of calories. That sounds like a great dinner juice. Kuhn and I just did a deep dive session the day before yesterday. It was really nice to meet him. He's in Holland and he's dealing with some skin inflammation issues and looking to heal it with raw food for real. And he is on the path. We talked for an hour. I feel more confident, Kuhn, after talking to you for an hour that you are going to do this, brother. You know what to do. All you need is the ongoing support from Raw Vegan Heroes. Just stay accountable to the plan that you're already on, and you're going to do this. It's going to take a little more time than you want it to, but Kuhn, brother, you've got this, my friend. I'm telling you, you've got this. I totally believe in you. All right, Kuhn asks the question. I've been eating raw vegan for 5 months now, but I still love the smell of cooked foods like freshly baked pizza or French fries. Sometimes I even go out of my way to walk by a pizzeria just to get a whiff. Oh my God. I have no intentions or cravings to actually eat those foods, but I still love the smell. What's up with this? Is it a bad sign? Will it go away eventually, or is it something instinctual? It's a great question, Kuhn. I think it's instinctual. I don't think it's ever going to go away because we are calorically opportunistic. We are animals, okay? We are animals. That's why this is a spiritual path, man. That's why this is about virtuous living. It's about searching for higher consciousness. It's about holding our energy high regardless of the influence from the outside world. And it's about reprogramming our subconscious mind to get different results. Yes, it's about eating raw food, but it's really more about those other things. It really is. Okay? I always say this is I'm a recovering addict. I will always want to eat pizza. Okay? I will always want to eat the gooey, stringy, drippy cheese on pizza. But will I? Hell no. I will not. I'll never eat pizza again as long as I live. I will never eat cheese. You know what? I'll tell you a little story. When I was 15 years into my veganism, when I was, I went vegan at 17, so 15 years in would have been, I don't know, the 20s, late 20s or something. I was cheating on my vegan diet with not meat. I didn't really care so much about meat. You know what I cheated on my vegan diet with that broke my 15 years of veganism? Pizza. Pizza is what I broke. I would go into, I was working this job at the time that was next to a pizzeria, and I would go sit and have my lunch, and I would sit next to this pizzeria. It was in a kind of a mall complex area. And I would be eating my vegan lunch, but I'd be smelling the pizza, and I just couldn't resist. Eventually, I'd go in and I'd order myself a slice. Now, that was 15 years into being a vegan. Okay, now I'm 30 years in. So you know what I say now? I've already been there, done that. I've already done that. I've failed. I know what it's like. It's okay. I did it, you know? So, yes, Kelsey says sometimes the pizza emoji makes my mouth water. That's funny. That's funny that the pizza emoji will make our mouth water. So look, it's not a bad thing. We're all human, okay? We're making a conscious choice to reprogram our belief systems. Do we need pizza to survive? Is pizza nourishing our body? Is pizza an essential for our life to be functioning? Absolutely not. Then we don't need it. If we don't need it, what is it for? It's for pleasure. It's simply for pleasure. Just like, you know, sex, drugs, and rock and roll. All of it is for pleasure, right? So we can indulge or we can refrain. We can give ourselves over to the pleasure, or we can be more consciously co-creating our life. It takes effort, it takes mindset, it takes reprogramming the subconscious mind, it takes vision, it takes belief in ourselves, it takes a mission bigger than ourselves. That's why we should teach what we want to learn. If we want to stay off of cheese and pizza, we should teach people how to stay off cheese and pizza. It holds us accountable, it helps others, it raises the status quo. That's what I'm doing. So I think that's what it really comes down to. April says, that's what I do too. I've eaten all the yummy foods in the world. I just don't need it anymore, right? Sitska says, I love the smell of cooked food, but it always stimulates me to create raw recipes with different spices to create something similar. Most of the time it tastes even better. Sitska, beautiful. So beautiful. I love that. Absolutely true. When we truly love ourselves, we can smell all these cooked foods, but we turn to the raw foods and we make them taste even better. We love ourselves. We craft the loving food that loves us back. You know, the dairy is going to make our skin look terrible and give us acidosis. The raw food is going to be a different version, but it's going to make our skin glow, and it's going to make us feel like $1,000,000. You know, and it's going to love us back. That's what life is about. That's what life is about right there. All right, Andrea. So we have an Andrea in the group, Andrea Santaquilani. So Andrea, I don't know how to pronounce. I don't know if it's Andrea or Andrea or Andrea. I've known people with all those different variations. So please tell me the pronunciation so I know, if you would. I'll say Andrea for now. I'll say Andrea for now. Andrea asks, how would you recommend approaching fasting for people who have a history with an eating disorder? Good question. That's not to say that I think juice fasting will really hurt you, but things like losing weight, seeing your face look gaunt, or feeling tired can trigger the memories. Great question. That is a great question. Okay, what I believe is that when we turn to nothing but raw living foods, it's going to heal every disorder in the mind, every psychological disorder, every traumatic disorder that we've experienced. Why? Because the raw living foods are the pure life force from God. It comes from the sun, from Mother Nature, from the very materials, the electrons, the phytochemicals, the particles, the oxygen, the hormones, the minerals, the earth, the sun, the air. Those things lift us up out of our trauma, okay? So Andrea, when we spend 30, 40 days on juices, we're healing ourselves. We're not just healing our physical body, we're healing our emotional self, we're healing our traumas. Okay, that's why people emotionally detox. That's why I'm in this seat right here, right now, talking to you guys, because I've been going through this. And I'm tired of just having raw food being about the food. And I'm tired of raw food just being about recipes. It's not. It's about self-empowerment. It's about personal power. It's about the conscious mind versus the subconscious mind. It's about reprogramming our subconscious mind. How are we going to have how are we going to get past our history of eating disorder? By reprogramming the subconscious mind to feel worthy, to feel in our leadership, to search for higher consciousness and virtuous living, to know how gosh darn worthy we are of being here, and to know that we are safe no matter what. Eating disorders is just a reaction to feeling unsafe. It's a reaction to trauma and violence in our culture. It's a reaction to feeling worthless, to feeling like this is really effed up, you know? So when we turn to the living foods and we do not partake in the violence of cooking our food and denaturing our food and denying ourselves that pure life force, we're going to heal. We're going to heal. Even if we're losing weight on a juice fast, because juices are living, they are raw. And when we flood our body with the raw living juices, we're going to heal our emotional wounds. It's going to happen whether we like it or not. And that's why if we just stay on the juices long enough, it's going to lead us down that path. 30 days isn't going to heal all of our emotional wounds, but 30 days on juices is going to start to crack the shell, and we're going to maybe see glimpses, maybe see light at the end of the tunnel, maybe get little bits of inspiration filtering through that divine light, filtering through our protection, our shell, our anger and fear and lower resonating human emotions. So, Andrea, it just does. This is how we heal. And I will stand by that. I will just stand by that. I just believe it so much. So I hope that's helpful. Great question. Love that question. All right, Robert Mudenbaum. Robert, thanks for all you do in Raw Vegan Heroes. Such a great contributor. Love you, brother. Hey, Shane Sterling, I have about 8 clients that want me to coach them as a group. How do I charge them for that? Or should I do them separately? They want to transition from the sad diet to a healthy lifestyle. And what is a good fee for such services? Maybe I need a deep dive with you to get this off the ground. Well, this is business coaching. I actually do quite a lot of business coaching through deep dives, and people who work with me privately often will come to me for juice fasting support or raw vegan support, and we end up doing business support because everybody needs to make money. Everybody wants to be on purpose. Robert, this is an incredible opportunity. Everyone, this is it. Robert has been raw vegan. Robert has been fasting. He has now become a leader, an inspiration to others. People are coming to him saying, brother, can you help me? This is what happens. This is the result of being on purpose. Andrea's last question about eating disorders. This is where raw food leads you. It doesn't lead you to more disordered eating. It leads you to being a leader, being in your empowerment. So Robert needs to jump on it here. Robert, I would say we should do a deep dive. Absolutely, without a question. I cannot go into the details of how to build a business successfully around your 8 clients here that need your help in the scope of this live stream. That we will need to dedicate personal one-on-one time. I need more information specifically, but let me just nutshell a couple things here. For one, memberships are one of the fastest growing segments of coaching in the world. When we're creating businesses, it doesn't matter. We can create businesses till we're blue in the face. What we really need to do is we need to catch a wave. We need to catch a wave. Coaching is growing. Coaching is a wave that is coming in, and it's going to be coming in for the next 2 or 3 decades. Why? Because we're going to be seeing more virtual support systems needed in a virtual world. It's just the beginning of coaching. It only has really been in place since the term life coach never even was a thing until the 90s, I think, So this is the time to catch the wave. When the tide comes in, it raises all boats. That's why we want to catch a business that's really on the rise. Number one, okay? And then besides that, you want to live into your purpose work, man. You want to teach what you want to learn. If you want to learn how to be an empowered business owner, a coach, a raw vegan expert, all these things in your leadership. If you want to teach leadership, if you want to be a leader, teach leadership, That's really what it comes down to. So these 8 clients are needing your support, Robert. You need to do this. I would say, I started with $50. That's how I started. I asked $50 for an hour call with me. That was how I started. My deep dive sessions are 197 now because I've got a buttload of experience and I can get people the exact direction they need. I have a hawk ability to just know exactly what people need. That's why I charge what I do, because I know it gets people results. But when I started out, I charged $50. So Robert, minimum, charge them $50 for a call, but I think you should start a membership like me. And it doesn't matter if a lot of people come in. I mean, we could talk about doing, one-on-one or a membership. Robert, this is the scope of a deep dive session. So let me help you with that, Robert. Love to, brother. I'd absolutely love to. All right. Next question. Kuhn has another question. Is it okay to include dried fruits in your diet, like dried figs, mango, pineapple, bananas, etc.? When going on longer trips without access to fresh fruits, it can be good to have some on hand. Right, when we're traveling without access to raw fruits and vegetables, it can be really helpful to have dried fruits. I will snack on dried fruits sometimes. One of my all-time favorite snacks that I ate, even as a cooked food eater, even as a meat eater, even as a non-vegan, one of my all-time favorite go-to snacks was cashews and dried mango. Man, I remember back to when I was like a single young guy. I'd go to Trader Joe's and I'd buy dried mangoes and cashews, and those would be my go-to. I'd live on those. And to this day, it's still like my favorite snack. And so I will have, when I want to, I will allow myself to have cashews and mangoes, I get my favorite mangoes in the whole world are the ones from International Harvest, they are just the best darn mangoes. Oh my God, International Harvest does mostly raw stuff. I think all of their fruits are raw. Some of the packaging says raw on it, some of it doesn't, but the International Harvest is just such a high quality brand. Everything they make is amazing. They do all the Hansa stuff, all the dried fruits from the Hansas. So I highly recommend checking out the dried fruit from International Harvest. Oh my God. April says dried mango from Trader Joe's were my favorite too. So good. Dried mango is the bomb. Yeah, the best dried mango I've ever had in my life is from International Harvest. Mind-blowingly good. And I really can't help myself from eating it just because I love it. But if I was traveling, I'm going to bring that and dried fruits. So Kuhn, dried fruits are good. But look, you're trying to heal your skin. I would say at this stage, just do that for traveling. You really want to focus on the raw foods, high water, high fiber. You want to get all of that moving through there, get your skin cleared out. Dried bananas are your favorite? Yeah. But look, it's still plant-based. It's going to be better than dairy. I believe Kuhn and a lot of us, like myself, got into the problem of skin inflammation and acidosis because of dairy products. I did. I got horrible acidosis from doing whey protein powder and eating dairy. Man, I regret it. And I had to undo all that with raw food. It took me 2 years almost, a year and a half, to really clear out my acidosis. And so plant-based is good, but we want the raw as much as possible. Dried fruits are okay, but your skin, the results, here's the bottom line, everybody. the results speak for themselves. If we have a certain result, whether it's skin inflammation or whatever, it's because of the paradigm of how we think. So we really have to change the paradigm, and then we're going to have different results. And that kind of stuff takes time. So Kuhn, I would say that you want to change the paradigm of thinking, which is that I am going to focus on the raw, fresh, living foods, high in water, and that is going to get you the results. And in the meantime, you can have a little dried fruit, but I personally never had dried fruit during the first year and a half. When I was trying to cure my acidosis, I didn't have any dried fruit at all, none. I just really had to get rid of that acidosis. I was so irritated with my skin, I had to just figure it out. So that's what I did. I didn't have any. Agnes, hi Agnes. Agnes says, yay, I struggle with the dried fruits even though they are delish. Yeah, Martha, hi Martha, says dried mango with chili. Ooh, everybody loves the dried fruits. Who doesn't love dried fruit? It's so freaking good, right? Okay, Kelsey Carter has another question. Kelsey, Kelsey, I just appreciate you so much and where you're on this journey. I loved your video of picking apples the other day. Thanks for sharing that. You're just amazing. I'm so glad to have you in Raw Vegan Heroes. I want to give you props. Big love to you. I wish I could give you a hug. Kelsey says, yesterday I did a water fast after 50 days of juicing. And today I woke up unable to breathe and move with light, hot, cold feelings. I forced myself to get a lemon and a pinch of mineral salt, which feels better. It felt like my organs were shutting down and I got scared. Was this a terrible idea to water fast? I thought one day would be okay. I assume my organs are really going through something. Kelsey, this is why I never, ever recommend mixing water fasting and juice fasting for this reason. If we're on 50 days of juices, we're really on the ledge anyway. We're precariously perched. We need the juices for sustaining. As soon as we try to mix water fasting with juices, this is what happens. But look, it's not the end of the world. You're pioneering here. You're experimenting with the nature of reality. So allow yourself to be a failure. Allow the failure to allow yourself to get scared. Allow yourself to bring yourself back into alignment and feel good. Look, you're on a journey of becoming your own healer here. You can't just take someone else's advice. This is what the stuff is made of. This is the grist for your mill. This is the truth that you are uncovering. You just learned a truth, Kelsey, so in the future, if you're ever giving advice about juice fasting, you're going to have some insight into having water only after 50 days of juicing. Now that's powerful. But from my experience, after helping people through this process for a lot of years now, and just being where I'm at and everything I've learned, it happens consistently. If you're on juices, stay on juices. One thing at a time. We can't mix them. They don't mix. This is the result. It throws us off. Even if we have less juice than normal, it'll throw us off. Like if we're normally having 6 quarts and then one day we get distracted and we have family over and we have, and we're busy and we're making a lot of food for other people and we only have 3 quarts that day, bam. The next day, we're going to wake up in crisis. Just like you did, Kelsey. I've experienced it with private clients over and over again. Everybody at some point goes through this on their juice fast, though. I mean, it's almost like a given. So you're not alone. Just trust the process. You're doing good. Kelsey says, okay, yes, I'm a huge experimenter. That's a good perspective. I will listen to you. Yes. It's okay to be an experimenter, and it's okay to mess up and fail. I have learned more from my failures than I've ever learned from my successes. I'm telling you. And I learn now from coaching people through and watching them go through their failures. That's really where we learn. We've got to really embrace our failures, people. It's okay to be in breakdown. It's okay to be in failure. It teaches us so much. All right, we have a question from Judy Egan. Judy, love you, Judy. Judy's another great contributor to Raw Vegan Heroes. She's a big long-term follower and fan of mine, and I just love Judy. She texted me this in my text message on my phone last night and said, Shane, can you ask this question for me? Answer this question for me. So she says, hi, Shane. I was wondering if you or any of the other members have done a water fast. If so, how would it last water only? Or how many times a year would you water fast? How much water do you drink each day when you're fasting? All right, well, let me just tell a little story here. The first time, Mitra's on. Hi. I don't know who's on, just so you guys know, unless you comment, because I can't see. Facebook is silly, I'm telling you. They don't let me see who's on until somebody comments. But Mitra's on. Hello, Mitra. She says, love that perspective. Failure is the best school. Yes, it certainly is. So let me tell you, the first time I ever fasted, before I was a raw vegan or before I was even juice fasted, before I juice fasted, I did a water fast. It was right before I went raw vegan, and I was dealing with the skin issues. I was highly acidic, I was inflamed, and I was like, holy crap, I got to heal myself. I did a water fast. It kicked my ass. Oh my God. I went 5 days. My back started to hurt so bad, my lower back, my kidneys. I came down with what felt like a cold. I got sick for days after. So I broke my fast thinking, oh God, I got to get back to normal. I'm so sick. And I was eating food again. And I was still like having cold-like symptoms for like 5 days. The water fast kicked my ass. It was no fun. Okay, so then I did my 40-day juice fast. I became raw vegan. Many, many months later, I attempted a second water fast because I wanted to see if all of my detoxing had gotten me further along. So I did a second water fast, still really hard. Oh man, I could only make it 5 days. I really couldn't make it more than 5 days. I wanted to bad. I really wanted to. I was like, I'm going to go 21 days. I was so gung-ho. I was so excited. Nope. Kicked my ass. It was hard. It was really hard. So I'm not an expert water faster. I don't like water fasting. I will tell you, I love juice fasting. I love raw foods. But I think water fasting is just way more hard than we realize. And so I think it takes practice. I personally don't know if we need to do water fasting if we're healthy. Water fasting is good at autophagy. I think of it like recycling our damaged cells and tissues. Now, if I had cancer, or if I had, serious cell damage of some sort, or some sort of serious tumor or anything like that where my body needed to recycle the proteins and the cells, I would water fast. Maybe if I was really obese or something too. But being where I am at my current body fat levels and my current health levels, I'm not going to water fast. So me personally, I'm not going to water fast every year, Judy. Somebody might like that if they want to. Maybe somebody gets into it. Like, Lauren Lockman, of course, helps people water fast. Does Lauren Lockman water fast himself every year? That would be a good question for Lauren. I don't know the answer to that. But me personally, I would say if you are healthy and you are not needing to go through periods of autophagy, then you shouldn't really worry about water fasting. I would say it's better to focus your energy on mastering the raw vegan diet and possibly giving yourself shorter fasts, like maybe intermittent fasting, or don't eat for on Sundays or something like that, little fasts for just keeping the GI tract healthy and clean. But water fasting, where we truly enter ketosis and we truly enter autophagy, that's brutal. It's brutal. So I hope that's helpful. We were just talking about water fasting with Kelsey. What does Kelsey say? So interesting. I've heard water fasting should only be done with supervision. Yeah. Agnes says, I water fast like a mofo. Longest was 18 days, which was not too smart. Ass kicking for sure, like Shane says. That's good. Yeah, thanks, Agnes, for sharing that. And Kelsey and so for sure, we don't mix water fasting and juice fasting. That's not how we do it. If we're going to water fast, we water fast separately. If we're going to juice fast, we juice fast separately. There's True North in Santa Rosa, which is where I live. True North is literally right up the street, maybe 15 minutes from me. And I've met Dr. Goldhammer personally. I've talked to him in person. I sat down and had lunch with him at True North. And he's interesting. He's anti-raw vegan, Dr. Goldhammer, because there's a discrepancy in his thinking. And even though he does offer great service for people who are really chronically ill, he gives them starch-based diets, kind of like Dr. McDougall style food. I saw his cafeteria there and the food he prepares. It's mostly raw. He's got like a huge salad bar and then steamed vegetables. That's what he feeds his people, and then he helps people fast. So it's a really good thing he's doing there. But we talked in depth about raw veganism, and he's just not a fan of it, and for really weird reasons. It doesn't make any sense. I swear to God, it doesn't make any sense. True North is great, but Dr. Goldhammer is a little bit weird. I can't reconcile his reasoning. It doesn't make sense. There's big gaps in his thinking. But overall, True North is great. Dr. Goldhammer is a great vegan advocate. He is a big voice in the vegan world, and bless him, you know? All right, Dow has a question. Dow has a question. Last question of the day, everybody. Our Friday live stream's coming to an end. This is going to be the last one. We're actually on time today, 1 hour. Oh my God, I always go over. I think we had less questions maybe this week. All right, Dow has a question. I'm playing tennis every day for 3 hours and my calories are 2,600 this week, or 2,600. This week I feel low energy. Should I add more calories, and what fruits give me more energy? Oh, hell yeah, Dow. As we're starting a raw vegan diet really in the first year, we're going to need more than 2,600 calories, especially if we're active. I would say you could go up to 4,500 calories probably. I mean, at least 3,500, at least another 1,000. I think you can get the hang of it by pre-loading your calories before you exercise or before you do tennis every day. Have big, high-calorie smoothies loaded up with flax seeds and chia seeds and hemp seeds. That's what I think is great. The spirulina and chlorella, high protein, green powders in there. Just load up the calories in big nutrient-dense smoothies, and you'll see it carries you with energy. You do not need as much calories when you have these energy-dense, nutrient-dense smoothies. If we're just eating like grapes and bananas and stuff, yeah, we're going to need to eat voraciously like that stuff. But like for me, when I do energy-dense smoothies, I can have 1 quart of the smoothie and it will literally carry me to like 5 p.m. with activity, exercise, exertion. And that's usually like, I can either do a raw cacao, I do like a cacao and superfood blend, or a green blend with the super green superfoods. But man, I make them really nutrient dense, and they'll last me forever throughout the day, the energy wise. So what fruits have more calories? All fruits have the same calorie. It's carbohydrate, which is 4 calories per gram. Okay, so protein has 4 calories per gram. Carbohydrates have 4 calories per gram. But fat has 9 calories per gram. That's almost double. Okay, so if you really want calories, fats have more calories per gram. But all carbohydrates have the same amount of calories, so you can eat any fruit and it's really just the grams. You're just looking at volume and weight of carbohydrates at that point. So just eat more. Really, do not be afraid of overeating on raw food, everybody, because we just need to have a lot of sustenance in the first year. And I'll tell you what, now at 3 years raw vegan, I eat less. I just don't need as much. But my first year, oh my God, I would scarf down food like nobody's business. I think some days I would eat 5,000 calories of salads and fruits and nuts and seeds. And now I couldn't even eat 5,000 calories if I tried. I just have adjusted. You got to give it time. So what we need in the first year is going to be different than the second and third year and beyond. And so we need to focus on nutrient density more than calories. And we need to focus on nutrient-dense foods more than just fruits. I think that's going to give us the most longevity as a raw vegan. Nutrient-dense foods are going to be foods that are rich in fats and proteins too. That's why a fruitarian diet is not a nutritious, like nutrient-dense diet. Fruits have a lot of phytochemicals and antioxidants and vitamin C and lots of minerals and vitamins, but they don't have nutrient density to the degree that other foods do too. That's why we need a balance, you know? So on our raw vegan journeys, everyone, we need to strive for balance of proteins, carbs, and fats. And we really need to make sure that we are getting nutrient density and not just calories. So hope that's helpful, everyone. Much love to all of you. I hope you have a fantastic day out there whenever you are watching this video. If you are watching now, if you are watching in a few days, if you're watching in a few weeks, or if you're watching in a few years, I am sending you the power, the prayers of mastering this life, being a raw vegan, reprogramming the subconscious mind. Remember, it's the subconscious, not the conscious, that gets us there. It's not the intellect. It's not doing what we think we should do. It's doing what we are programmed to do. If you want to get different results in life, reprogram your subconscious mind. This leads to self-empowerment. This leads to personal power, like Reggie was asking. This is the key for how we become a raw vegan. It's in our subconscious mind, everyone. Live sesh. Agnes says, great live sesh. Thank you, Agnes. Thank you, Kelsey. I can't see who else is on. My scrolling doesn't work. But everybody who participated, everybody who showed up live today, much love, blessings to you. I'm so grateful for everyone. I'm so grateful to be here with you on this journey. I'm so grateful for just being in community in Raw Vegan Heroes with all you amazing warriors. Powerful, powerful warriors. Blessings, much love, gratitude, group hug. And I will see you in the next one, guys. Bye-bye. Have a great day.